I thought I'd do this quick video on the rear brakes on a Mitsubishi i-MiEV, Citroen C-Zero or a Peugeot iOn. They're all the same car made by Mitsubishi. This one's a UK-spec 2013 Citroen C-Zero. So the rear brakes are obviously drum brakes, and get this off if you want to get in there and clean the brakes or just inspect them or replace them. You've got to take this off. As long as this is freewheeling and there's no resistance, obviously with your brake handbrake released, then all you need to do is get a couple of 10mm bolts. There's two threaded holes here, and you need to tighten those bolts up evenly, and it pushes against the hub inside and it slowly prizes this off. This one I've already taken off. It's a bit awkward one-handed, but I will get this off. There. So those bolts are pushing against the hub here, and as you can see there, you can see the marks where as you screw in you're pulling it off and pushing against this. So as I said, if the brake shoes need slacking off a bit, if they're rubbing on the inside surface here, obviously your braking surface, then you will need to slacken these off first before you can take it off. To do that, you will need to get to the adjuster. I'm just finding the rubber bung here. There is a rubber bung there that's on the back plate, and here is your adjuster, this little geared wheel. So to adjust the brakes in, you need to turn this anti-clockwise. So the slot, it's a bit difficult for me to do this one-handed, but there's the screwdriver in the slot. If I can just get to the blade, can I see it? There, you can just about see the blade on the geared wheel there. So your handle of the screwdriver is going to be down near the bottom of the shock absorber, and you need to effectively lift that wheel up. So you're going to be dropping the handle down to force the top up. It's very awkward to do from the back, but basically you're turning that anti-clockwise. If you were to do it from here, certainly a lot easier. You can lever against the brake piston, so you can get your screwdriver in and do this like that, and that does the same. There is this bar here which is gripping on the teeth of the adjuster. If I just show you there, if you put your finger here, you lift it off, and that's obviously stopping the adjuster going the other way. Well, stopping it slacking off as we're trying to do here. So what you need to do is you really need to, one hand on there while the other hand does this, and then this freewheels almost, and that will spin nice and easily. Quite how you're meant to do it from the back when this is gripping, I'm not sure. I think really it's going to be quite hard, and realistically from the back you can only increase the move the shoes out, not really adjust them in, unless you can get in there and push that bar away, but I don't think you're going to be able to do that. But anyway, hopefully, like mine, I managed to take this off without adjusting. They were slack enough, and using these bolts, it was very stiff, but eventually that did come off. So yeah, basically if you want to change these, obviously you're going to need to adjust them in as much as you can, because the new brake material is going to be thicker. Actually, I've got some new brake shoes here. Here's some new brake shoes, because these are sticking a bit. They're obviously fine, they've got loads of wear on them still, but I found the brakes just bind, they grab. So I'm changing them just to make the braking a little bit smoother. But as you can see, the new brake material really is not much difference. This car's done 33,000 miles. These would be original. As you know, with EVs, you've got the regenerative braking, and you hardly use your brakes, and you certainly don't use much on the rear. So these wouldn't normally need changing, but I'm going to do it anyway just to make it a smoother ride. But very little difference in the thickness of the new one to the old one. But obviously changing these, I'm not going to go into all the details about taking the springs off and the clips. It's all standard brake stuff, but obviously then you would then adjust this adjuster, so when this goes back on, you would get it so they not rub, because you don't want them rubbing on an EV. You want it to freewheel nicely, but to a point where they just touch and then slacken off 1 notch, and that should be spot on. So I hope that helps. It's not really a lesson on how to change the brake shoes per se, it's more just give you the pointers and certainly tell you how this adjuster works, because it's a right pain when you're doing it from the back and you can't actually see what you're doing. So I hope this video helps.